All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly, Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers, Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Got 3 quick videos to show. One a few months ago, one a couple years ago, one very recent. Everything is leading to the MOTB system. The cherry on top is actually putting the physical device inside you. But right now they're setting up the infrastructure. And we've been telling you for years, the prophets, apostles, elders, men of likewise, the affiliates, telling you about the social credit score. They even been showing you in TV shows like Black Mirror, and how everything is just leading to tracing everything that you do. So let's listen up.
Banks are now tracking your carbon footprint. Yep, it's happening. NatWest have added a feature to their app that measures your CO2 emissions based on what you buy. Every purchase, from food to fuel to leisure, can be tracked and scored. And of course, they're selling it as just a fun, eco-friendly way to be more environmentally conscious. But this is how it starts. First, it's optional, then it's encouraged, and before you know it, it's mandatory.
And that's how they always do things. So, right now, got a quick 2 scriptures. It said, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Right and grievousness, okay? Because all of this stuff is grievous that they're trying to put forth. And it's prescribed, which means that it's already on the books. They're looking for the right crisis to bring it to pass. And Daniel's 8:25 said, he calls craft to prosper in his hand. So through his policies, which is nothing but rules. And most policies are company rules. So a company will have its own set of rules. And if you can't abide by those rules, then you can't participate in that company or do business with it. So that's how they do it. That's an unrighteous decree. It's not even a law. Just like taking the juicy juice, the snake oil back in the pandemic wasn't a law, but the way that they was presenting it, it seemed like it was a law, but it wasn't. It was policies. They basically put those policies to the businesses and your job, that you got to have this or you can't work. But as you see, the people who didn't take it, they didn't go to jail, did they? Right. So it's not a law, it's a policy. But this is how they do it. And all it takes is threatening somebody's livelihood, especially when you don't have hope. That's why the scripture says in Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, the people perish. So your whole vision is in this place. Also, that word vision going to Chazawan, which means divine oracle, also known as prophecy. So if you knew that this world was going to pass away, then you wouldn't care about these type of things. It wouldn't affect you. Now, of course, literally it's going to affect you. You're on the earth, right? But your faith don't lie here. You depend on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So it said, turn aside the needy from judgment, to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, that they may rob the fatherless. So all of these things is to attack our people first and foremost, and it trickles down to everybody else. All right, because this is the devil. He don't have feelings for nobody but himself, and he don't even care about his own people. At least when King Solomon was ruling, Queen Sheba thought the cupbearer was King Solomon. That's how decked out. So,
and in case it isn't obvious, the reason this is so concerning is because eventually your carbon score will be linked to your digital ID, a central bank digital currency, and your social credit score.
And what you think that all of that is? MOTB. Okay? That's the cherry on top. Everything else is just leading to the system. Everything is leading to the MOTB system.
That means your freedom to buy, travel, or even eat can be restricted in the name of saving the planet. Fancy a steak for dinner? You've reached your carbon limit for the month. Purchase declined. And this is real and confirmed. It's happening now. Alfie banks with NatWest, and we literally opened his app this morning and found this feature. This is the next step in the rollout of the global digital ID system.
Mm-hmm. And the Bible said it first. So this is what, the spirit that was put on Job. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was one of his friends. I'm pretty sure this was Job though. Let me see. Yep, this is Job. So, um, this is Job speaking. So it say, "You puttest my feet also in the stocks. Lookest narrowly unto all my paths. You set us a print upon the heels of my feet." This is what the wicked is trying to do. And as you see, everything is in the scriptures. Okay, I want to look up a couple words. So you got stocks, which is sod, and you got stocks for feet. Obviously, that's to bind you, right? But when you look here, it said for containing feet of culprits. Culprits, let's look up that word, because he's the accuser. People guilty of wrongdoing or the cause of a problem. So he is the accuser. The reason that he think that he can, microchip everybody. First of all, he think he the most high. All right. But the reason that he can, what he always do, he play the blame game. He play the blame game. He accuses. He get the mind of the people by his propaganda. Like he's doing everything with the migrant situation, even though the government works together. But you see, Joe Biden allowed all these migrants to come into the country, giving them plush hotels, stipend, food stamps, all of that. And now they the problem though. Problem, reaction, solution. So this is what he's doing. So that's the stocks. He is the accuser, which means a slanderer. Also a liar, because he's actually he's the real criminal. You should know this by now. This Esau Edom we're talking about. Now I'm gonna look up another word. Said it's a print, carbon footprint, right? Hakwak, to carve, cut in. You know what? This actually sounds like a mark of the beast. All right. To engrave, cut a limit. It said to delineate, also to entrench, carve work, portray, set a print. All right. Set a print. Carbon footprint. Okay. Carbon emissions is just energy. So when they say that they're trying to limit your carbon footprint, your carbon emissions, all right, which is basically life, that's why when you go to Isaiah 24, my favorite chapter, it goes into depopulation. Second areas go into depopulation too, okay? But you have to understand the agenda of these people. So the easiest way to eliminate carbon emissions is to get rid of a lot of people, which, we all seen in the Georgia Guidestones maintaining humanity under 500 million. So these devils, I'm going to read 2 verses out of my favorite chapter. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. The Lord have made the earth for man to move freely. He literally made the earth for man. Matter of fact, I think that's Psalms in Isaiah 45. I'm gonna go to 45 for 18. For thus saith Yahweh, that created the heavens, the Most High Himself, that formed the earth. He made it. He have established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am Yahweh Bashim Abishai. There is none else. So that's the purpose of the earth. He made the earth for man, and particularly the Israelite man. So These devils is trying to eliminate as much people as possible. And before the elimination comes, it's going to be a lot of vexation, a lot of sorrow, a lot of affliction. All right. Because that's going to cause the uproars of the people. That's going to cause the sedition among men. Verse 6. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth. The curse is the wicked. And they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and a few men left. That's the population. That's also anger. When you go into the word burnt. So
linking your identity, money, and behavior into one centralized system for control. But here's the good news. There are ways to stay free, and we're already doing it. At One Tree Farm, we've built a private members club with its own token allocation system. So the only thing that shows up on our members' bank transactions is the purchase of One Tree Farm tokens. That means our members have food privacy. The system can't see what they buy.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker.
you see how smug these devils are? Look how, first of all, he looked like he got Down syndrome. But this is the people that is running foreign policies, laws. The Edomites, the base man. Like, just imagine how the Lord, this is how powerful our power is. This man, he's in a position of power. Talk about we creating something to track your carbon footprint. Knowing how much you consume, where you can travel, where you can go. This type of damn man is running stuff. You know? These people, the base man. That's how powerful the Lord is, that he can make somebody that's so insignificant be the top dog. And then make his own children, who is the top dog, at the bottom, to show you his power. To show you that his way is the only way and the right way. And that's why we are creatures subjected to vanity. Okay? This is what happens when you go against the Lord. He'll put the worst of the heathen over you. And you will be subject to him and have to go to him for one of all things. Look at this. Look at him. Like, if I see him, never mind. Let me let this video stay up.
Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
And that was almost 3 years ago. 3 months from now will be 3 years ago that he said this. So he been working on it even before then. And 3 years later, you think they haven't came up with something yet? Scripture said that knowledge shall increase, and everything's fulfilled prophecy. This is why, this chapter is very, very important. And this time is approaching. Verse 1 is pretty much over with. Pretty much. Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth, when the evil days come not. So that's pretty much over with. We basically in the evil days. So the grace period is getting very, very dim. So it says, nor the years draw nigh. That's why seek ye out the Lord while he may be found. Isaiah 55:6. When you shall say, I have no pleasure in them. See, now people don't have pleasure. A lot of people come to their senses and it's like, yeah, this ain't what it is. It's kind of getting a little late. It's good that you're coming to that conclusion, but are you coming to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai also? Nope. They're just complaining. They're looking for that worldly sorrow and not godly sorrow. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house should tremble and the strong men should bow themselves and the grinders cease, because they are few. That's already happening. Those that look out of the windows be dark, and a lot of people see that. No future. And the door shall be shut in the streets. This is all approaching, especially with the system that they're trying to create. They're already trying to make robots to replace people's jobs. AI is already doing most of the office jobs. Now they make a robot to do physical labor jobs. So then what? Then you got the devil. The scripture said, never trust thy enemy. You got some people who are looking forward to sitting at home collecting a check, which means more subjection to the rich. And also, how long you think that's gonna last? So they be like, what's the point of paying them? They're useless eaters. They already look at you like that anyway. That's why they're making robots. What is the point of making robots and then having you sit at home making money? Really think about that. That don't make sense. Know what world you live in. Know who you dealing with. For you people out there who think that's kind of cool, no, the fuck it ain't. That means literally you are subjected to them in every single way. At least now, and I don't recommend this, you could sell some drugs. You could do some under the table jobs. Now, I do recommend that, under the table jobs. But I'm just saying, I'm just talking about just for people in general. Like, you could still do things. You could still wiggle around, without them having every inch of your life in their hands. But with that, yeah, it's over with. So it says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. And it's already low. It's going to get more lower.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform?
So when we read Isaiah 14:14, this don't sound like he's trying to imitate the creator of all things. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And then when the Lord said, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the sides of the pit, which is talking about the grave. Because that's your end. Now, this is something recent.
Bill proposed in Massachusetts would limit how far you can drive in your own car. So lawmakers say it would help reduce the state's greenhouse gas emissions. Now, while no specific mileage limit was listed, the bill would require MassDOT to set goals to reduce the number of statewide driving miles. It would also establish a new council to find ways to make public transportation more accessible for residents. Now, critics say a cap on personal vehicle miles would directly impact those in rural parts of the state. Bill proposed.
So that's another unrighteous decree. You got a lot of people who travel to work kind of far. Most jobs are not around your house. And if you do have a job that's around your house, consider yourself blessed. All right. That you don't got to travel that far. But yeah, so what about them? First of all, they don't even care. Why? Because robots going to be doing your job pretty soon. All right. And you're not going to be here. If you don't got the covering of your Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, you ain't going to be here. So I'm going to end it on this, just to let you know that this is just the lead to the MOTB system. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that is the artificial intelligence. That's this technology that's centered around the physical. When you read 16 down to 18, as you see right here, that's talking about a physical device going inside you. Okay? So, we almost here. So seek ye out the Lord while he may be found, and shalom.